Lauren was curled on the couch, scrolling her phone while a reality dating show droned in the background. "Hey," she said without looking up. "You're late. Again." "Traffic," I said. "And the world's longest meeting." She snorted. "You love those meetings. Makes you feel important." 2 wine glasses on the table, one half full. Lipstick I didn't recognize. A rumpled blanket on the other end of the couch. "Company?" I asked. "Mia came by," she said. "She just left. We watched a couple episodes." Mia's lipstick was matte. This was glossy, but I nodded like I believed it. In the kitchen, 2 plates drying on the rack, a meal kit mostly cooked, pot half rinsed. Together, the details looked like a crime scene where the victim was dignity. Later, when the house went quiet and Lauren went to bed early, big call. I saw it. Her tablet, abandoned on the couch arm. Lauren never left that thing anywhere. It was more sacred than her wedding ring, which lived in a jewelry dish more than on her finger lately. I stared for a long minute. Every movie says, "Don't look. Respect privacy." Movies aren't married to someone who changed her passcode and started showering as soon as she got home from late meetings. I picked up the tablet. Lock screen, Harborland Ferris wheel at sunset. In the corner, a message preview. Can still taste you. Sender. Eric. Timestamp. An hour ago. My first thought was stupid denial. Maybe it's a joke. Then another notification popped up while I stared. Tomorrow. Same place. Don't be late again. Your husband can survive one more night alone. No joke. No wiggle room. Just contempt. For a second, I wanted to storm into the bedroom and throw the tablet at her. Another part of me wanted to bleach it to ashes. The part that won was quiet. I opened my laptop on the desk, then sat back down, angled the tablet over my leg, and started taking photos with my phone. The preview, the name, the chat list. No hacking, no guessing passwords, just documenting what she'd left in plain sight. I emailed the photos to my work address with the subject line household. Then I put the tablet back exactly where it had been, went to the bathroom, and stared at myself. "Congratulations," I told my reflection. "You married a stereotype." I slept on the couch with the TV on mute. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw Can Still Taste You burned into the dark. By morning, the pain had cooled into something harder. I made coffee, kissed Lauren's cheek like nothing was wrong, and told her I had an early meeting. Then I took my laptop and went to war. Before we go any further, hit the hype button, take a second to subscribe and like the video. It really helps the channel grow. And tell us in the comments, what would you do in this situation? At my desk in the logistics office, while people argued about pallet sizes, I opened the photos. Short, ugly messages, arrangements, hotel references, no poetry, no guilt. I Googled Eric Harborland Operations Director. There he was in 15 seconds. Square jaw, gym shoulders, LinkedIn smile. Married to a nurse named Julia, according to public posts. Pictures of him grilling, hugging a brunette in scrubs. Proud of my wife. I stared at the screen until my brain stopped trying to file this under maybe a misunderstanding. Then I opened a new email. "Hi, Julia. We don't know each other, but I think we should talk. I believe my wife Lauren is having an affair with your husband Eric." I attached one screenshot. "Can still taste you." I hovered over send, heard the part of me that wanted to crawl back into ignorance. Then I clicked. For hours, nothing. Just the hum of fluorescent lights and the slap of a stress ball in the next cubicle. Around lunch, my inbox pinged. "Who are you really?" I wrote back. "My name is Nate Cole. I'm married to Lauren Cole, marketing manager at Harborland. I found messages from your husband on her tablet last night. I'd really like to be wrong about this." Her answer came fast. "Send everything you have. Now." I attached all the photos with shaking hands and sent them. 10 minutes later, I got a reply. No emojis, no outrage, just Bayside Coffee, Reed and Fifth. 7 p.m. Tonight. That night, I stood outside the cafe watching her through the window. I recognized her from Instagram, but real Julia looked more tired. Dark circles, hair in a messy knot, shoulders a little bent. We shook hands like co-workers, not people about to dismantle each other's lives. "Show me," she said. I slid my laptop across. She scrolled through the screenshots, jaw tightening, eyes dry. "Yeah," I said. She pulled out her phone. "You weren't my first weird moment," she added. "A nurse showed me an Insta story of your wife at a hotel bar with my husband. Told myself it was nothing." She showed me. Grainy photo, Lauren and Eric too close at a bar. Then a joint account statement with hotel charges. "I called a lawyer friend today," Julia said. Hypothetically asked what cheating changes in divorce. Answer, not much, unless policy's involved. But violating hospital rules, company rules, that's different. "They're both management at Harborland," I said. "Sleeping with a subordinate probably breaks a few of those." "We need proof," she said. "Real proof. Dates, times, no illegal hacking, just evidence." She studied me. "You seem weirdly calm." "Last night, I wasn't," I said. "Last night I felt like someone pried my ribs open. Today I realized something. They think we're harmless. They expect us to cry, beg, and sign whatever they want." Her mouth curved in a thin, dangerous smile. "They're wrong," she said. "We agreed on 3 rules. Nothing illegal, nothing that would land us in jail, and no warnings. When we moved, it would be all at once. We also agreed on one more thing: timing." "They have a big investor presentation soon," I said. "Lauren's been bragging about it." "Eric, too," Julia said. "He thinks it's his path to a promotion." "Then that's where we hit them," I said. She sipped her coffee. "How do we tell them we know?" "I bring you to my house," I said. "You meet Lauren, as yourself." She thought a second, then nodded. "When?" "2 days," I said. "Dinner at our place. I'll tell her you're a coworker who might have a job lead for me." That night, back home, I told Lauren, "A friend from work knows a nurse with connections. I invited her over Thursday." Her whole face brightened. "Really? Great. I'll make something nice." "Yeah," I said. "Wouldn't want to scare her." She turned back to the TV, already planning a menu. 2 more days, I told myself. 2 days of pretending to be a husband. Then, I'd get to be something else. The first formal divorce meeting felt like hostage negotiations. Beige conference room, box of tissues in the middle. Lauren's lawyer led with confidence. "My client seeks the marital home, the vehicle, and reasonable spousal support." I laughed. "I'm not paying her to live in my house with her next boyfriend," I said. "You contributed equally," her lawyer said smoothly. "It's only fair." Linda slid over a folder. "Actually, Nate paid about 70% of bills the last 3 years," she said, "including her car lease. We have statements." Lauren flushed. "I bought groceries." "On joint cards Nate is primary on," Linda said. "And let's not forget the Harborland events," I added. "Many charged to those same cards." "Alleged misconduct doesn't erase her rights," her lawyer said. "Documented misconduct," Linda corrected. "Screenshots, receipts, video, and the small matter of your client and her boss humiliating their company in front of investors." They went back and forth about equity, debt, retirement. Lauren wanted half of everything. Linda calmly pointed out that half of everything included half the debt she'd run up chasing a bigger life. Then Lauren said, "If you drag this out, I'll tell the judge about your anxiety, Nate, about the parties you skipped. I'll make you look unstable." "I've been in therapy for 2 years," I said. "Documented. Meanwhile, you were using me as an ATM and writing about it. I'm okay with the judge seeing both sets of records." Even her lawyer looked uncomfortable. When we left, Lauren cornered me in the parking lot. "You think you're winning?" she hissed. "You're not. I will find a way to take everything that matters to you." "Everything that matters to me right now," I said, "is 30 pages of paperwork and the fact you're not sleeping in my bed." She stared at me like she didn't recognize me. Ungrateful bastard, she said. Without me, you're nothing. We're about to find out, I said. He showed up drunk. Julia warned me first. He left my place hammered, ranting about fixing this. He said your name. Be careful. 10 minutes later, Eric's SUV screeched to a stop half up on our curb. Headlights washed over the house. Neighbors' blinds twitched. "Nate!" he yelled. "Come out, man! Let's talk!" I stepped onto the porch. "Keep it down. You're not on a ride." Lauren opened the door behind me, eyes wide. "What are you doing here?" she snapped at him. "You can't be seen with me right now." "Seen with you?" He laughed bitterly. "They already fired me, remember? Thanks to Loverboy." He jabbed a finger at me. "You ruined my career." "You ruined your own," I said. I just pressed play. He got in my face again, whiskey thick on his breath. "You think you're better than me?" "I think I'm sober," I said. He lunged, hands out. I stepped aside. He bumped into his SUV hard enough to honk the horn. A porch light flipped on across the street. "Go home," I said. "Call a ride. Don't add DUI to your week." He swung again, clumsy. My heel bumped his front tire. I looked at the glossy side panel, remembered every smug photo, every message. I pulled back and kicked the door. Not a tap, a full, committed kick. Metal crumpled with a sickening, satisfying crunch. The alarm wailed to life, lights flashing. "You—" Eric stared. "You just—" "Yeah," I said. "I did," Lauren shrieked. "What is wrong with you?" "What's wrong with me is I let you two walk over me for years," I said, raising my voice over the alarm. "Consider this an adjustment." A patrol car rolled up, drawn by the noise. 2 officers stepped out. "We got a noise complaint," one said. "Everything okay?" "Just a personal argument," Lauren said quickly, smile too tight. "Sorry about the alarm." The officer eyed Eric's sway and the dented SUV. "Sir, you been drinking?" "I'm fine," Eric said. "I live just—" "He doesn't," I said. "He drove here from across town." The cop's expression hardened. "Sir, if you drive this vehicle tonight, you're going to jail. You understand?" Eric wilted. "I'll call a ride." The officer turned to me. "You the homeowner?" "Yes." "Try to keep it down," he said quietly. "And maybe don't have these discussions on the lawn." "Working on it," I said. They left. The alarm finally cut off. "You're insane," Lauren hissed. "You're trying to make him look like the bad guy." "He showed up drunk and screaming," I said. "He did that himself." "You won't get away with this," she said. "You keep saying that," I said. "It keeps not happening." She helped Eric call a car and watched him go, then slammed the front door so hard the frames rattled. The dented SUV stayed by the curb like a trophy. The neighborhood chat was going to be busy tonight. A week later, Linda slid our counteroffer across the table. I kept the house. Lauren got a buyout, a fair share of equity minus debts, no spousal support. She hated it. She texted, "Meet me at the house. No lawyers." 7. When I arrived, boxes lined the hallway. She was in an old t-shirt, hair in a ponytail, packing like a storm. "I read your offer," she said. "It's insulting." "It's math," I said, "and reality." "You are not keeping this house," she said. "I built this life." "You built a Pinterest board," I said. "I signed the mortgage and paid most of the bills." "What if we make our own deal?" she said. "You let me keep the house. I leave your retirement and the car alone. We forget the revenge, the drama. Start over somewhere new. Together." She stepped closer, hand sliding up my arm, voice softening. "We had good years," she said. "Good nights. Eric was a mistake. You stood up for yourself. It's attractive." For a second, my body remembered. My brain remembered everything else. "No," I said. She blinked. "What?" "No," I repeated. "I'm done being your backup plan." Her eyes hardened. "You think other women are lining up for you? You couldn't keep me interested." "I don't need a line," I said. "I just need to not live with someone who thinks I should be grateful she cheats up." Her lip trembled, then flattened. She ripped open a box. Shirts and shoes tumbled out. She shoved a pair of expensive heels on top, misjudged the weight. The cardboard split. One shoe flew out, bounced down the steps, and landed in a muddy puddle on the walk. We both watched the water soak into the suede. Across the street, our neighbor Mrs. Hall stepped out with a watering can, taking in the scene. Lauren scrambling after a ruined heel, me standing in the doorway, boxes everywhere. Her gaze met mine. She gave a tiny nod. The neighborhood had picked a side. Lauren snatched up the dripping shoe and flung it into the box. "Stop staring at me," she said. "You're the one staging an exit monologue," I said. Headlights washed over the porch. A gray sedan pulled up. Julia climbed out, holding a manila envelope. "What is she doing here?" Lauren demanded. "Checking on her investment," I said. "We're staying out here," Julia said quietly. "Hi, Lauren." "Get off my property," Lauren snapped. "Our property," I corrected. "For the next 5 minutes." Julia handed me the envelope. "Signed copy of Eric's preliminary divorce agreement," she said. "He listed the workplace affair with married subordinate as primary cause. Your name comes up a lot." Lauren scoffed. "You two are pathetic." "Maybe," Julia said, "but we're free." Lauren grabbed the torn box, clutching it against her chest. "I'm done with both of you," she said, "and this street, and this stupid town." She pushed past, shoes and clothes spilling, one heel tumbling back into the puddle with a wet slap. She didn't bother to pick it up this time. She shoved the box into her car, slammed the door, sat there for a second with her hands on the wheel, shoulders shaking. Then she drove away, tail lights shrinking down the block. The ruined shoe floated in the puddle like trash. Julia watched the empty street. "You okay?" she asked. I listened to the hum of the fridge inside, the buzz of the porch light, the quiet curiosity of the houses around us. The SUV across the way still wore its dent. Harborland had a new operations director. Eric was unemployed. Lauren was suspended and halfway out of my life in cardboard boxes. For the first time in a long time, the house felt like it might actually belong to me. "Yeah," I said. "I think I am." Julia gave me a small, real smile. "Thank you for pressing play," she said. "Thank you for answering the email," I said. She walked back to her car and drove off. I looked at the puddle one last time, at the abandoned heel, at the empty space on the curb where their cars had sat, where their lives had overlapped mine. Then I stepped back inside my house, closed the door, and let the silence settle around me like a new beginning.